That's crazy. So this was like 2013 is when I started working here. Now that I'm thinking about it, one of my best friend's dads had got hired here as a marketing guy, and the person who used to own or run the store literally like took in a bunch of deposits for stuff and then moved to Vietnam and left all the stuff here and scammed like 200 grand worth of people, right? So they end up getting the store. It's still filled with a bunch of stuff. He calls me, he's like, hey, can you and a bunch of your football buddies come over and help me move everything out? And we'll pay you guys like, it was like 200 bucks a day or something, or 150 bucks a day. So I got like 2 or 3 guys who came over, we like loaded everything into like U-Hauls and stuff, and then went and dumped it. And then I got offered a job as the warehouse guy. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever, consistent income, right? Fast forward to Memorial Day. Actually, it's Memorial Day today. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's Memorial Day 2014 now. Yeah, it would have been Memorial Day 2014. All the salespeople, besides one, called out sick. And they were like, hey, like, you speak Spanish. We have a bunch of Spanish-speaking customers in the store. Can you come and just hang out with them? And I was like, I don't sell. Like, I'm not a sales guy. I don't want to mess it up, right? And they're like, it's okay. Like, just talk to them, keep them busy. If they want to buy, send it to like the manager and like go write it up, right? So fast forward to like the end of the day on Sunday now, I ended up like outselling everybody and like at full price and like not really meaning to and not understanding how it just kind of happened, right? But I ended up getting my normal paycheck that next Thursday, and then next Friday I get a commission check. Well, my commission check was almost double what my weekly pay was. And I was like, hey, how do I do this like all the time? Because I'm not going to work that hard in the warehouse when I can make double the money here in sales, right? So they go, if you can find a replacement for the warehouse, we'll let you do sales, but it has to be commission only. And they gave me the whole commission structure. And they gave me a per diem of 25 bucks a day for gas, because that was one thing I negotiated, because I was really conscious about spending a lot of money on gas. So I realized that all I needed was someone who was good with their hands, who spoke some Spanish, and knew how to use a drill. And if you look behind me, there's a Home Depot there. And there's a lot of guys that would stand outside always looking for work. So I walked over on my lunch break and I asked the guys if any of them spoke Spanish, could use a drill, and we're good at following directions. 3 of them raised their hand. I pointed at one. I asked him what his name was. He said, Jaime. I was like, cool, we already have a Jaime in there. I was like, you're my guy. We walked back in. I walked him to the back of the warehouse. I gave him $100 cash. I showed him how to build furniture and how to use the inventory system. And then that next day I was working in sales. And so here we are 13 years later. Holy shit. At Ramos Furniture in Pittsburgh, California. Crazy, dude. I didn't think about that. Literally, this would be the 13-year anniversary of me getting into sales. Yeah, this looks so similar. Biggest sale that was ever done at the store when I was here was actually in this little corner, Dre. There was a lady who walked in, right? Just like dirty as shit, like dirty, like just covered in dust, like super sweaty looking, messy hair. And nobody wanted to go talk to her. And I was like, fuck it, whatever, I'll go, right? To go, we started talking to her, and we used to have like a bunch of expensive ass bedroom furniture up here. And then she was like, okay, like, does this come in this color? And just started asking like a lot of very like probing questions where I was like, okay, like, she's probably like serious, but like, she don't look like she got any money, right? But I was like, whatever, I'll be polite and I'll keep it going. So we kind of keep going, right? Fast forward maybe like 6 hours later, she had like a 24 grand invoice and walked outside into a G-Wagon, grabbed 25 grand in cash, and just turns out she owned a fucking donut shop. Had just bought a house cash and was filling up her bedroom and her living room and her kitchen. And then came back and spent another couple grand, like maybe like a month later after everything got delivered.
And that's why she looked dirty?
Yeah, because she had just got, they just closed the donut shop. So she was like covered in sweat and like flour and just all the stuff that they use for it, you know? Mm-hmm.
Man, what an awesome experience. Just so you know, this wasn't planned at all. I was driving from church into back to, the valley. just driving by the store, was telling my business partner about how that's where I had started in sales. And she was like, oh, you should go shoot a video there. And I was like, maybe I'll go take a photo. I don't know about a video. But we went, and it was an awesome experience. The gentleman you guys see right here is Francisco. Him and Henry were the first two people in my professional life that took me in and like really invested into me. And I haven't seen Francisco in 12, 13 years. We got to catch up for a few minutes, man. He gave me a hug that like only a father could to another man, and just told me how proud of me he was, how happy he was that like I made something of myself, and that he never stopped thinking about me, and that he from the beginning always told me to never waste my potential. And he's absolutely right. This man invested so much time into me and made sure that, you know, I knew that I had potential and I knew not to waste it. So, you know, thank you for watching, guys. This is a story of how I got into sales.